Started it up.
God,
I'm starting
damn it.
up. I want the world to know. They're all here, Shay, the whole world.
Look at them all. Look at them. Look at us.
Look at us. Happy
Armageddon Day.
And Armageddon Day, it looks like outside.
I know. It looks like we're filming. Who are we? It looks like we're recording at nighttime, but
We're not.
It is like what, 12:30
It's like
outside?
12:30 o'clock.
12:30 o'clock.
And the sky is falling. Ash.
It's pretty cool.
In Fort Collins. Hi, welcome to 30ish
It's terrifying.
with Shay and Brie. Yeah, it's pretty terrifying outside over here in the foothills of Colorado.
Yeah, it's gross.
I'm sure it's scarier up where the fires are fucking blazing.
Yeah, it looks pretty terrifying.
Holy and then guess what? Gonna snow tomorrow or some shit, but that's
a good
good-ish.
thing. That's a really good thing.
12. It's supposed to snow 12 inches in the mountains tomorrow, or 14 or something.
Really?
12 to 14.
I didn't know it was supposed to be
12
that much.
to 14 is
Okay.
the scale.
That's
Anywho,
it's a good scale.
how you doing, Shay?
I'm doing pretty good. Again, except for, the ash jamming into my eyeballs.
Jesus, it's like I literally went in the grocery store the other day for 5 minutes, came out ash all over my car.
It'll probably be covered right now after
it's covered
we come
right now.
back.
Oh, for sure. It's crazy. I hope you guys are breathing all right if you don't live in Colorado or California where it's also on fire, or
Yeah, that one's
is Arizona still on
worse.
fire?
Is Australia still on fire?
Nevada? Yeah, is Australia still on fire? That was fucking January of this
That
year.
was the start of this all. It was the start.
The start of 2020.
That's where the Hell's Gate opened.
It was the
And everything came out of Australia. Let's be real.
fucking murder hornets and they didn't. Science? No, I don't know that. Anywho, what are we drinking today?
Oh, we're drinking...
Shay made a drink today. I
did.
didn't do it.
No. Yeah, it was very...
It was not me.
It was, full of just awesomeness. How I went down to and got fresh grapefruit. I didn't do any of that.
You grew them? You grew the grapefruits?
I grew the grapefruits. No, this is some Deep Eddy vodka. And
Hashtag sponsor us.
This up to here is the vodka. And then a splash of dope. Oh. And some lime.
Because happy Labor Day, y'all. We're all off.
We're going to all be on fire in 45 minutes.
Not all of us are off. Lots of restaurant workers are probably not off today.
I know, poor guy. They have never been off. Ever.
We're never off. I know.
So, we're going to...
I was off today. I got off to...
Oh, did you get off today? Good
not
for you.
yet.
Not yet?
Not yet today.
Maybe a little bit later.
But, yeah, definitely. But, yeah, it's Chris's day off, so perfect.
Perfect.
Anyways...
Sweet.
What are we talking about?
Oh my gosh.
What are we... Oh, let's talk about what we're fucking talking about.
Oh my God.
That inspired a new movement within 30ish podcasts. So,
Yes.
really...
A new movement. A tiny one.
Shall we talk about what we're talking about?
Yes. So you were having a rough morning.
I was having a weird-ass morning. We won't go into all the details, but I was having a weird morning. Maybe I didn't, because I didn't get off. But...
That could be... Blame it on Christopher.
Blame it on the juice.
Oh, God.
What?
Jesus Christ.
It's a Lizzo song, Shay.
Well, still, this is very, very graphic
Anyways.
and visual.
Glad my mom's not watching the Instagram live today.
Nobody is, so it's okay.
Listening to the podcast right now. Anywho, so I rolled science, and I was having a busy old week today.
Oh, dear.
And
I got you back, girl.
I decided on my topic this morning, which, sometimes that happens.
That happens. It's life.
But
podcast life.
when I was researching and doing all my shit for my topic, my fucking computer decided to poop out on me. Mm-hmm. Like the little shit that it is.
It's true.
And so my screen was blank till about now when Shay fucking did some magic on it, which apparently was just holding down the power button for 45 seconds.
That is correct. And
now it turned on.
Yep.
But I don't have a research science topic today. So it segued into us realizing that every time we do roll science, we're always a little dreadful Maybe Shay a little more than me.
But definitely. And I always, again, I'm just like you. It's not just you. I procrastinate the hell out of it, just like I did in science class. And I was like, what am I going to do?
Brings
and I'm
us
like,
back to the days.
Yeah, 100%.
Hashtag nostalgia.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to have, so what is it? Is it 4 or 5?
Number 5 is science. So every time we roll science now, it's going to be like a wild card. So it's like.
God damn it, Brianna.
Should I answer that? I don't know who that is.
Just decline it. Professionals.
Sorry,
We're professionals.
Guys.
Anyway.
We were just talking about how I hope I shut my phone off. Well, I didn't because we're on live.
You jackass.
So, yeah. So when we roll number 5 now, instead of just science. Oh, hey, sister. We're going to just have it be a wild card, and we're going to pick whatever topic we want, whether it's a topic that we, like, already have, or it's a topic like, I'm going to tell you about this one time at band camp kind of thing, which is kind of what I'm going to do today.
Yeah.
Not a bad band camp, but...
Were you ever in band?
No. I was too scared, or...
I could imagine you playing the triangle.
I don't know.
Marching.
People will judge me because I judge myself so much that I didn't play band, which I regret.
What would you have played?
I would have fucking drumlined the shit out of some shit, girl.
You would have been Nick Cannon's right-hand lady.
Oh, I would have.
Oh, you would have been underneath his carriage.
That movie Drumline, god damn. With who was in that? Christina Milian? No, that was Love Don't Cost a Thing. Never mind.
Oh, damn, that was a throwback.
I loved Nick Cannon, so I watched
his
movies and Wild and Out. So
no, I don't remember who the lady lead was.
I don't either. Anywho, she wasn't important because Nick Cannon was in it.
He was pretty.
But anyways, so gorgeous. Number 5 on our little 30-ish roll of the dice.
Can you guess which subject I will be doing every single time?
Probably crime.
Sorry, Matt.
Crime every time. Hashtag. Anyways, so I rolled science, but I'm not doing science today. Gonna do my wild card topic. But Shay rolled crime. Her fave. Jesus, my phone is blowing up.
Oh, he wanted to tell you how insane the sky was because he's the only one with eyeballs.
It's true.
I'm just kidding, Christopher. Not that you ever watch this either.
He doesn't.
I'm being an asshole.
He doesn't know what Instagram is, which I love.
That's great. He just sits for like oiled paintings, and that's how he gets his picture taken too. That's why you don't have any pictures of him.
Pretty much.
I figured as much.
He just runs away when I try.
That's fair.
I'm like, gotcha, bitch!
Like a little Sasquatch. And he's like,
he fantastic. Is the Sasquatch.
Anyway, we also switched hosting platforms.
Oh, we did switch.
So if the 3 people that are watching this, that if you see that they're missing from Apple, that hopefully soon, I'm hoping like within this week, they're going to be all kind of, what's the word? Repopulated. No. You know what I'm trying to say.
We don't know the lingo, guys.
It's fine.
But
anyways.
That's why you love us.
So we're working on getting all of our episodes to push back over to our new, what are they called? The new hosting platform?
A new streaming platform.
But what's the name of it?
Lisbon.
Thank you.
It's not Anchor anymore, so you won't hear our cool little Anchor commercial.
You won't hear any commercials for a long time until Topo Chico.
No, we'll get one before then. We're gonna have one soon.
Yes. Manifest
we'll
that shit.
We'll talk about that later.
Yes.
Anyway.
So yeah, so that's where all those
crime. And
it's gonna be a good one. I think you'll be able to. It's a little bit of a short one, but I kind of pick the area that it was because I feel like you'll have tidbits to kind of add to it.
Ooh, I'm excited to hear. I have no idea.
Let's see the tidbits. Oh, also, so this
the tidbits.
Yes, and then I forgot what I was gonna say. It doesn't matter. Okay.
Welp. Let's get into this, because I gotta pick my vegetables in my garden because it's gonna fucking frost tonight. And it's September fucking 6th.
It's fine. We need it to stifle out the Armageddon.
That's true.
Okay.
We gotta put out the fires
like Dante's
somehow.
Peak out there.
It is like Dante's Peak starring Pierce Brosnan.
There was a lady.
That movie
the lady from
shit out of me.
Yeah, isn't it scary? It looks like there's going to be a fucking demigod that's going to come out of that cloud up there. Or a volcano, whichever comes first.
It's going to make.
Jesus. So. Okay.
All right. Well, we'll see you later, and bye-bye. Take a sip. Hey, baby, let it drip.
Ooh.
That's a song by, like, Tyga.
I don't like that. The sheer
precursor
imagery is just...
Have you seen the WAP video?
I have not.
You should watch it.
I don't know if I really want to. I think I'm going to take your word for it.
It's insane because I heard the song. Is this recording?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah. Gotcha.
The WAP video, or like, I heard the song WAP on the radio, and it's literally, you can't hear any of the words because it's just like so foul.
Ew, really? Is
like
it just
it's like, because like every word in it is like my wet ass pussy and like fucking get it in this WAP. They say a lot of things. It's pretty funny. I was listening to it in the work truck while I was driving the other day, and I was like blasting it, and I was just laughing to myself. Like, this is literally on the radio right now.
Right.
And some little girl is hopefully not listening to this.
You remember
why is the cat so wet?
I don't understand. Like, they shouldn't. Cats don't like water.
Don't like to get water on them. What's new, pussycat? Okay. Oh yeah, I'm going.
So remember like when the biggest, like, well, not the biggest, but like it was like scandalous to hear Meredith Brooks' bitch on the radio.
Yeah.
And now we have this.
We have so much more than this. It's crazy.
Anyway.
It's a wild time to be alive.
It is. Again, I'm so glad that I was just, when I was all complicated and just sad and whatever, I was just listening to my Good Charlottes and my Fall Out Boys and...
So complicated.
So, I never listened to Avril Lavigne. I wasn't an Avril Lavigne fan.
I loved Avril Lavigne. I wanted to be her. I wanted her life.
You are her. Let's be real.
I wanted me a skater boy. B-O-I.
He kind of is a skater boy, Christopher.
Chris is a little skater boy. We actually raced on our longboards the other day. Because I took Austin's longboard, my brother. Austin, I still have your longboard if you're listening.
You better tell Mom to come out and pound me. What was the word? What was it? I fucked it up. I'm sorry, Macaulay Culkin, that's listening to this.
Hashtag 40-ish.
Yes. Oh, no, who? It was Johnny Knoxville that one-upped him, though. Did you see that one?
No.
It was, so after Macaulay Culkin did that, Johnny Knoxville did one, and it was like showing like how old he was, and he looked like a little old man.
Oh, like, Austin. Sorry. Chris was like, have you seen Johnny Knoxville? So he must have saw that. I didn't see that.
Yeah, and he looks like when he used to dress up in the old man costume, but he's not in the old man costume. It was very sad.
I guess he's like 50 and he has fucked up his body.
I mean, badly.
In the last 50 years.
Yeah.
He's like 40.
All for us.
All for us to laugh and for him to get millions. And
That's true. I mean, yeah, who had the last laugh at the end of the day? Let's be real. Anyway, so what are you talking about?
Well, today, since I rolled science, but now our new science roll
is you're going to embrace that. Card. So technically, you're still on tone with that.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to talk about, today's going to be story time.
I'm so excited.
A view into Brie's life. All right, so insight to my life. Here we go. I'm going to share a story that happened in college. Lots of my really fun stories were during my college life because, you're in college and you just don't think a lot about things.
You don't think a lot in general in college.
You don't think about the whole picture.
Ironically.
Sometimes. At least I didn't. And I know a lot of people that definitely didn't.
Okay.
We did things.
I'm so excited.
Anyway, this is a pretty good one.
Okay. I'm ready.
So, this was, what year was this? This was probably, I'm going to say it was 2010.
Oh man,
maybe
what
2009.
A time to be alive. What was 2010?
2009.
What was 2000? Who was top of the charts in 2010? Queen was on top of the record charts.
Jason Derulo was tapping the record charts.
I forgot about Jason Derulo.
I don't know. That's the most random person I thought of.
But that sounds about right.
He could have been.
Jason
Should
Derulo.
we Google it?
We could. Here, I got my phone. All right, go on.
So it was about probably 2009, 2010. And I was living in Denver in my house.
Were you living in Denver when you went to Johnson and Wales? Did you live like on campus or did you live like in an apartment?
I did I lived on campus for 2 years, and then I lived in apartments for 3.
Okay, so is this So I guess you're just telling me the story, Sarah.
Yeah, so this is like...
Is this?
I wasn't living in the dorms.
Okay, so is this pre Johnson & Wales or after Johnson
This
& Wales?
is during Johnson & Wales.
Okay, go on.
So, I was about to go to Fort Collins, actually, and I had to go to King Soopers. So, went to King Soopers over. So, my school was over in the Stapleton area of Denver. So, this is where we were.
By the old airport.
By the old airport. And it's like kind of right by Martin Luther King Boulevard. Mm-hmm. And there's parts of that neighborhood that are really awesome and nice. And then there's other parts that are a little more,
not so
sketchy,
nice. Yeah.
Little, kind of hood. Just kind of like not, it's just a little sketchier than other parts of the town.
Okay, that's a nice way to put that. And by the way, the music of like the top ones were Bruno Mars, Just the Way You Are, where you heard that song every fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah, you did.
It was like a G6 from the Far East movement. Like, I didn't know it was that old.
I loved that song.
Right? And Love the Way You Lie by Eminem.
Popping bottles in my ride like I'm 3'6".
Getting slizzard.
Oh,
I got slizzard.
Getting slizzard? Mm-hmm. How does that fucking chorus start? We popping bottles on the ice.
I don't
get slizzard.
It just
every
was so,
day we write, we do it right.
It kind of
slizzard.
They had like that weird echoey, like a bunch of songs at the time did.
Now I'm feeling so fly like a G6.
Yes.
Anyways, perfect. I was probably listening to that song in my car driving to King Soopers.
Sure you were. I'm sure you were. Okay, go on. In
so,
Fiona.
I was in King Soopers. I got whatever I fucking needed. I probably bought cigarettes or something.
I used to smoke.
Ew, yeah.
Brianna.
Gross.
That's
Don't
foul.
smoke cigarettes. And if you do smoke cigarettes, if you fucking litter the butts wherever the fuck you want, stop doing that. It's gross and lazy as fuck. Put that shit in a receptacle of some sort. If you smoke cigarettes, okay. That's my public service announcement for today. It's
Get
my
it.
biggest pet peeve of the world.
That
Pick up cigarettes.
And people that don't pick up their own dog shit. Social contract, assholes. Like, seriously. As
That
the
is
Patton
your dog.
Oswalt would
Pick
say.
up its shit.
Social contract.
It is. Like, that's a law of the universe, okay?
Anyway, go on. Sorry.
So, I'm driving out of King Soopers, and I hear this person yell, "I need help."
Oh.
So, I was, like, in the parking lot of the King Soopers, and they're like, "Can you help us?" or something. And so I, because my window's always down, so I was like, okay, I love to help people. I can't not help people if they ask me for help.
What time of day was it?
Ask me anything. It used to be. What
time of day?
It's probably like maybe 3-4 o'clock.
That's
in the afternoon.
That's fine.
So it wasn't like it wasn't like 10:30 at night. Like,
see, that's where I would have been just like slinking down in my chair and just like rolling up my window because I'm a fucking horrible person, but I get scared and I watch too much like fucking unsolved mystery shit that I'm just like, nope, not today, Satan.
Yeah, well,
not
usually
today.
I'm scared out of my mind of weird things like that, but this was just like, of course I'll turn around and see what you need.
It's daylight.
If someone,
what can happen in the daylight?
And especially back then, like, if anyone asked me for anything of any kind, I mean, to an extent,
I get what you're saying.
I would be like, of course, I can do anything for you. My life is for you.
Of course.
Here's
my shirt.
Yeah, let me wash your feet. Not really. But so I turn around and I go to these people that need help, and it's a man and a woman, and they're like, we have all these groceries, and they had like a cart full of groceries, and they were gonna have to walk back to their house with this cart of groceries, and they were like, can you just help us take these groceries to our house? And I was like, yeah, duh. I just said yes.
Brianna.
I said yes. I've never picked up a hitchhiker. I've never felt like I ever could. I rarely, I'm very cautious about this kind of shit. But for some fucking reason, I decided that this was a great idea. And that, of course, I can help them. They just have to take their groceries to their house.
I like that they were just yelling help in the freaking thing. Like somebody was whatever, just like hoping like somebody like, what's going on?
Me.
will you actually take us, because we don't really want to walk, and we don't have a car, so like it's not our fault that we don't have a car, but like can you help us take, like just seeing like help, like just
yeah,
like a wide net, and then you answer and they're like, that's never worked before.
Nope, it did today.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And I'm still here, so everything's fine. Moral of the story is, I mean, everything ended up fine, but let's just keep going.
Let's keep going.
We?
Sorry.
So I let them load their groceries in my trunk of my little Honda Civic Fiona Prime. That is a 2001 silver Honda Civic.
I always loved seeing you just tear into the Vino parking lot.
I would rip into... I drove that thing like a goddamn fast-ass go-kart.
It was amazing.
She was a go-kart. Literally felt like driving
You drove it like a go-kart. Like, I actually thought like you should put like a little like hitch on it and just put like a green turtle shell on the back of it.
Well, I needed an Autobot sticker.
What?
It was a Transformer, so I needed an Autobot sticker.
That was pretty funny.
Not a Ninja Turtle.
No, it's not a Ninja Turtle. It's a Super Mario Kart reference, because you said you drove it like a cart.
Super Mario Kart.
Yes, I'm way older than you.
Turtle shell.
You don't know this
automatically thought of fucking Turtle shell. I thought of Ninja Turtles.
You're like, that doesn't make any sense. It's not a reptile, Shay.
Yeah, Shay. It's a Transformer.
It's a Transformer because it's ugly.
I get it.
I get it.
Okay, so I fucking pack we pack up my fucking car with their groceries, and they get in the car. Suzette is the woman, and she gets in the front seat, and Jesse is the man, and he gets in the back. Suzette is holding a big gulp of something that I later found out what it was. And
oh my God, Brianna.
I've never told you this story.
No.
I have very high stranger danger alert system, but I don't know.
Clearly not.
I needed this to happen apparently, and I'm here to tell you about it. So here we go. So I get in my car and
I'm already hyperventilating.
They somehow tell me that they're like drinking alcohol in their big gulps or whatever, which is whatever. I was like, sweet, that's cool.
Where's your stuff?
I think they might have asked me for a sip, but I don't know if that's just a random memory I'm having. So I'm like, okay, so where do you live? I think this is before I had Google Maps. I don't think I had a smartphone at this point for sure.
2010, only the prestigious had smartphones.
They had to tell me where to go. So first we go to, well, I'm in the car driving to like go to their house, and Suzette's like, oh, can you actually stop at my aunt's house first? And I was like, I mean, sure, I guess. Perfect. And Jesse's like says something in the background. Anyways, so we drive to her aunt. So we drive to her aunt's house, and because she's like, yeah, I have to give her some groceries. So I was like, oh, okay.
So you became a Meals on Wheels little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And so we got there, and I'm sitting out in the car with Jesse by myself. Everything's fine. Suzette goes in the house to talk to her aunt or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm just sitting in the car, and Jesse's like, this is ridiculous. Like, we could just walk home or something. But meanwhile, all their shit is in my car. I'm like fucking 21 years old, 20. I don't know. I'm also baby. Like such a like fucking I will do anything for you people pleaser. So we're just like sitting in the car waiting. She's like in the house for a while, and he's just like, he ends up like getting out of the car and like walking home. And Suzette comes back out and like...
Wait, so you're just sitting in the car?
I'm sitting in the car outside of their aunt's house with their groceries in my trunk. And I'm just like sitting here, and I was about to go to Fort Collins. Like, what was I even thinking? So then Jesse ends up leaving, and he's like, I'm just going to walk home because I'm not trying to deal with this. Because I think Suzette came back out and was like, she's not trying to pay me for my groceries. And like, I was like,
okay,
what? And then Suzette was like, we need to go to my other friend's house or her other aunt's house or her cousin's house or someone's house. And Jesse ends up leaving. He gets out of the car. So I'm just driving Suzette around now. And they're both like kind of drunk, and I'm helping them move their groceries to different homes around Park Hill, Denver, Colorado.
I would be like, yes, give me some of that big gulp right now, because what the fuck am I doing?
So then...
I'm gonna die.
So then, we go to the next house that I forget. I don't know if it's the aunt or the cousin or something. Mm-hmm. And we pull in through this like back alley to get to their like back garage. Because it was, you know how in Denver, like there's alleyways and stuff. Mm-hmm. So we like pull into this back alley and I like park in their driveway. Let me just tell you that I'm just a white person, a white girl. And Suzette was a black woman. And this next house that we came to, Suzette was like, just stay in the car and like, I'm just going to go talk to my aunt or whatever, whoever it was. And she like I remember seeing they just looked very confused that Suzette was in a car with a little like 20-year-old white girl just driving her around in a car, which clearly she didn't have a car, but she got some white girl to drive her around.
They're like, you know what? You get after it, ma'am. Yeah. You get after it, girl. She's like, that's right. Mm-hmm.
They just looked a little confused.
They were just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, she like. Suzette puts like fucking booze in her fucking big gulps, and what's going on here? Like,
are they drinking big gulps together?
You know
what is going on?
She just, you know what, Suzette, she's living her best fucking life. You let her do what she's got to do.
So Suzette gets out of the car. I'm just like sitting in their driveway in the park, like behind their house, and waiting for whatever exchange to happen between them. And so Suzette comes out, gives some of her groceries away to the lady, and then we go on our way. And then she's like, okay, you can take me to my house now. I'm like, okay, thank Jesus we get to go to your house.
Oh my God.
So then we're driving out. So we're driving out into the neighborhood. We're like, she's like, I gotta stop at the liquor store because I gotta get you. She's like, because I gotta get you some money. And I was like, you don't have to pay me. She's like, no, I'm gonna pay you. And I was like,
sweet.
I was like, it's really okay. You don't have to. She's like, oh, you don't want my money? And I was like, it's fine. Okay, you can give me money. It's fine. So we're about driving to the liquor store. And I kid you not, there's a man in the street, and Suzette knows him. So she's like, oh, I know him. Like, pull over. Like. So we pull over. I pull over, and it's like this older man, and I like literally, he like walks to my side of the window first.
Of course he does.
But first, before he walks over, Suzette was like, just so you know, there are some people out here in the streets, and she like literally said this to me. She was like, but just know, if you're ever in trouble, you just tell them you know Suzette. And I was like, oh fuck yes, I will now. So anyways, as this man's walking towards my window, she's telling me this. She's like, you're fine with me. And so I literally, the guy's walking towards my window. My windows are all closed.
You're just like cracking like a little bit of a crack. I
literally cracked the window, and he's like, hey, how are you? And he was like talking to me, and so I was like, stop it, get here. Leave her alone, whatever. And she like gets out of the car and
like he's all hitting on you or something like that.
Yeah. And I literally cracked my window open. I was like, just like, hi, how are you? Trying to be very nice.
Pause really quick. Did you go home to your parents or wherever? Because I'm assuming you went to Windsor to go to see your parents.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, what did you do? You're like, I went to King Soopers.
I don't think that I told them.
And then I came here.
I instead called my other best friend Annette and was like, oh my God, guess what just happened to me? Anyways, but we're not done with the story. We're not done with the story yet.
Okay.
Close.
No. Okay.
So, not even close, but anyways, so they get outside and talk, and I'm just like sitting in my car with her groceries in my car, just like, all right, just driving this woman around. She might have had some frozen stuff.
Okay.
She did. I remember. And so
this is hilarious.
And so, yeah, so then she gets back in my car after she's done talking to that guy who I'm pretty sure tried to get my number, and she was like, leave her alone. Like,
no.
She did. I was like,
you're be like, I only have a carrier pigeon. Bye.
I don't have a phone. And so then we proceed to the liquor store. And so I pull over on the side of the liquor store. She goes in, she gets her money. I'm literally sitting in my car thinking to myself, this is when it finally hits me, like, what the fuck am I doing right now? Everything's that's fine.
Number one, wait, freeze. That was the moment.
That was the moment.
Okay.
Because cool. I was just, that was the moment.
Okay.
That I really thought about it.
Jesus.
And then, so
you would have been ripe for the picking with Ted Bundy. Holy shit. He wasn't like, hey, do you want...
I usually have good discernment, but I mean, apparently this was good discernment because I'm fine.
That's true.
Nothing weird happened.
Nothing weird happened. That's true.
It was weird as fuck. But nothing fucking happened.
At least you got a good story out of it.
I have a fucking incredible story. I'm never going to ever do that ever, never, never again. Thank God the people that I did that with were fine.
Right. I just like that he just like was like,
I'm walking home.
Bye. You're like, can I go with you, sir? Because that
I don't know what I'm doing.
What is happening? Okay,
yeah,
go on.
I think he knew what I was about to get myself into. And
he was like, oh, girl, you're going to go all over the town.
Yeah.
So,
bye.
Bye.
So, yeah. So she comes back in my car and she has some whatever. She has some money.
Meth?
No.
Okay.
She gets back to my car and a CD. So this was back in the time when I would always listen to CDs, and one of the CDs in my car. This story sounds so made up, but I literally couldn't make any of this up.
I actually believe you 100%.
Because whenever I tell this story, I'm just like, I don't know if anyone believes this is real, but it's...
I do. I'm raising my hand. I totally do.
And if you know me, you realize that, yeah, you would get yourself into some weird-ass random shit like this. So, in my car, the next song that comes on is Lil Wayne's Lollipop.
I was going to say, Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls?
No.
Damn it.
And Suzette apparently loves this song.
Oh.
Let's see. I don't even know. It's probably top of the charts in 2009.
Did she turn that shit up?
She rolled my window down. She turned it up as loud as my Honda Civic could go. And we are driving through a neighborhood, and she is fist pounding out my window to the song and yelling the N-word to the song. And I'm just like, this is amazing. And also, I don't know what to do.
Can I ask you at this point, how old is Suzette?
She's got to be 40s. She's got to be 40
okay, good
something.
For Suzette. Okay, so Lollipop was...
When was that?
I mean, I think it was like back in 2008
or
2008, 2007.
It was a burnt CD my friend Laura Allen made me.
Your friends are super cool.
And I think the song before that was literally The Lion King fucking I Just Can't Wait to Be King. Not even a joke.
Should we...
Also, woke, Shay. I'm pretty sure it was number 5 on my CD.
Whoa.
And I said, whoa.
Oh, I was like...
thinking, I rolled 5. I think it was number 5 on the CD. Lollipop was. Anyways.
Should we play Lollipop a little bit? Was this it? This is a music video.
Oh. I should probably do this as one of my poetry corners segments.
Is this it?
Ew, Lil Wayne is not attractive.
Is it? So she was singing this.
But she wasn't singing it. She was just like vibing to the song, but like going like fist pounding out the window and yelling the N-word.
This. Wait, so she was just listening to this and just saying the N-word. Like not even to this.
Not, like kind of like, yeah, but it was like, yeah, she was just like fucking rocking to the song. And I'm just like, sweet, okay, cool. And I was like, I'm just gonna turn down a little because literally my car sounded like it was gonna explode. I had a weird sound system in my car at this time.
Do you mean weird? Do you mean shitty?
Yeah, shitty as fuck.
So
that happened.
She's just listening to this and she's just screaming the N-word.
Yeah.
Like hard R?
No.
Okay.
With an A.
With an A.
But
okay.
Still. And I was like, okay, cool. She didn't do it for like ever. She said it like maybe 4 or 5 times out my window, yelling with the song literally at the loudest capacity my fucking car could handle.
You're right, though. At this point, it does almost sound made up because I would have just been laughing.
I know.
So
this is where I even lose myself because I'm like, how did this happen to me? How is this a real story?
Driving down, and she's like, "Oh fuck my jam!"
Literally,
yes.
Literally, that is exactly. She's like, "This is my song," and she like turned it up as loud as it could go, rolled down my window, and I was like, hell yeah, I love this. I think I said, I love this song too.
What were you gonna say?
I think that's what I said.
Like, this song sucks.
So then we're finally driving back to her house, okay?
What is it, 6 p.m. that night?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's probably about 6 by this by this point.
That's fair.
And we pull into her driveway, and she was like telling me about, like, she actually was like asking me about myself a little bit, and I was like, we were talking about weed.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, my son sells or grows weed or something. And she was like, you would like my son. And she was like telling me about her son. She's
trying to like hit you up like you're
literally
like,
trying to hook me up with her son, with my son.
Okay, perfect.
And so then we get out of the car, or then I get to her house, and then she was like, oh, are you gonna help? She's like, do you want to help me? Or I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. She's like, do you want to help me bring these inside?
It's like
her groceries.
No, I don't want to do that
at all. And I was
all.
like, I mean, I guess I can help you.
Brianna.
And so then her son is at the house, and he comes out, and then he's like, oh, I gotta give you a hug. And I was like, okay. Well, I gave him a hug. And then I helped her bring her groceries in, and then her like sister or something, and someone was there, and her like husband were there, and they were like,
what are you doing here?
Yeah, they were like, what is going on?
Who are you? Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I just helped Suzette with her groceries. Like, I'm just bringing them in. And then they said something about, like, I think they asked me if I wanted a beer or, like, hang out. And I was like, I think sweet. I gotta go.
You're
and
like, I have to leave because I'm pretty sure anything beyond this point in time, I'm gonna die. So
I don't understand what to do anymore.
Yeah.
And then
oh wait, back up though. Did she ever give you money? Because
it was about $1.80.
Oh,
it was a lot of change, but it was
the
fine.
point is that she tried, and that was really sweet.
And then when I was like, oh, I have to go, I'm actually on my way to Fort Collins. Like, finally, I decided to tell someone this.
What? How long would you say the duration of this whole thing was?
Probably like an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Okay, that was way shorter than I thought it was.
Yeah, it wasn't like 5 hours.
Was it like an excursion?
It was like a couple hours.
Okay, that's not as bad as I thought. Okay.
And so, I was like, yeah, I actually am supposed to go to Fort Collins right now. And then like the sister was like, why don't you say you gotta fucking leave then? And I was like, well, I gotta fucking leave. And I literally said it like that. And they literally laughed. They thought that was so funny that I said it like that. I was like,
God,
yes, I'm in. I'm good.
I'm not gonna
They thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, that's literally my key to everything. If I can make them laugh,
right? Like,
we're good.
Fucking chuckles over here.
And so they were like, meh. And then we said our goodbyes, and then I fucking left. And then I couldn't find my purse in my car.
So you freaked out for a second.
And then I fucking freaked out.
You're
I was
like,
like,
she
oh
saw
my
my
God,
purse.
I thought they were being great. And then I found my purse. And then that's the story of Suzette and Jesse.
Holy shit. That's
and 20-year-old Brianna just trying to help some people out. Because I'm a sucker for helping people out.
Hey, you know what? You're doing a good thing. And I just love that they were just screaming again in the parking lot going, help! Help!
They're
help!
Like, can you help us?
Help!
Can you help?
And then you were like, what's up? And they're like, that's the first time somebody fucking actually looked at us. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you're here to tell the tale. And
it's a good one.
Sounds like she just needed a fucking ride. Nothing sinister about that shit.
To hustle her groceries around or whatever the fuck was going on.
Dude, I love that you gained alliance on the streets.
I did, Suzette.
Like anytime, like if you came up, somebody like was like, "Hey, fucking Suzette," they'd be like, "Oh fuck, all right, no shit, I won't." She gets in other people's fucking cars, like she crazy.
Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with Suzette.
It's true. Wow. Well, that is quite a story.
Yep, and that's my science story today.
I liked it.
The science of my life.
I like it. It was the science of your life.
An insight to my life.
But you did a good thing though. Like that's really awesome, and I bet you she was really.
It's not what anyone should be advised to do.
I'm not telling anybody to go like fucking pick up strangers at the.
I mean, I obviously
lot,
felt okay about it, and it was obviously somewhat okay.
You did. I mean, you looked at her and you're like, she's not homicidal. Like she's. Yeah. You had a good vibe about her.
I was like, okay. Yeah, I was like,
whatever.
Yeah, get in my car.
She did offer you some drinks from her big gulp.
She did.
So.
She did.
She's a nice lady.
Thank you, Suzette and Jesse. Always in my heart. I will never, ever, ever,
I still enjoy. The best part of that story was him just like getting out of the car and just walking away.
He's like, I'm gonna walk home.
He's like, it's gonna be a minute, so. So he's like, good luck.
They did live a little far with a full cart of groceries from King Supers, but I guess they didn't think about that before getting to King Supers without a car. Or who knows? Who knows what their story was? Maybe they did have someone giving them a ride and then they left them.
Maybe Jesse was so exhausted because they got a ride from somebody else and it took them 2 hours to get to the King Supers before because she was like, I gotta go fucking do blah blah blah, and so he's just like, God damn it, woman! Like, I just want to go get my fucking nutty bars and get back home and like watch the fucking game.
Literally, he had an agenda.
Right? Like he was,
bitch, I ain't trying to fucking move around the neighborhood with our groceries.
You want to fucking socialize and I don't want to do that. Yeah. So like,
and this fucking girl, she just picked you up at King Supers.
He all feels bad.
Willingly. I think he did a little bit.
He was like, ooh, you don't know what you're getting yourself into, girl, but I'm gonna leave.
That's like kind of the vibe I got from him, but I was like, whatever.
That's kind of a cool story.
It's a fucking dope story, and I'm so glad that, like,
it wasn't like she, like, came in and, like, with, like a necklace of bones on her, like, around her neck, like, yeah, I got this femur from, like, this little baby child that I,
No, none of that happened.
See? So it all worked out fine. They were just drunk, having a good time, just shopping at the soups and just, like, hanging out.
Needing to fucking move their groceries around. So, yep, and now, if I ever
it's like a better version of Monopoly.
Park Hill, Suzette, I wonder how she's doing.
I hope she's still
there.
What
if I fucking find her another day in my life?
I hope you do.
Is her name Suzette? Do you remember that one time?
And she'd be like, girl,
bitch, I was so drunk.
Yeah, I don't even know who you're... I thought you were somebody else.
I will also never forget her really large hot pink granny panties that were halfway out of her pants.
Of her tracksuit or...
No, of her pants.
Just her pants?
I think she had some...
She had hot pink. On. Were they jockeys?
They were like jockey hot pink undies.
Yeah, like I remember like the only granny panties I've ever
But they were really bunchy.
Bunchy?
They were like really loose up here.
Oh, poor baby.
Like on her back. They were really high water grannies.
Yeah, like I've seen like people that have like but the only granny panties I've ever seen are like ones that are like super, like they're from Jockey and they're like super like they have like a little like wavy waistband and they're Jockey.
Remember the Jockey outlets?
Oh, I remember that's where my mom like would take me to get my underwear. I hated it.
I wish I got Jockey underwear.
What'd you
my
get?
Mom got like the fucking off brand of whatever else was at Food for Less. Just kidding. But kind of. No, we got like Hanes. That was the top of the line for us.
The
Jockey?
Hanes?
Hanes.
Like irregular where like it was just like this feels kind of funny.
Yeah, it's like
crunch on the lower lip. I don't know if I like it.
Yeah, it's a little off, especially for my big booty, my big thighs. I always have had.
You got a big booty, girl.
I do, and I've always had my thighs too.
Yeah.
Don't worry, they've always been with me. Big thighs, they save lives. Hashtag Lizzo. All right, should we get into crime?
We should.
It's a crime to not. I fix it.
Okay, here we go. Number one. Here we go.
Number one.
Here we go. Here we go now.
Maybe let's get a Laporte calzone.
That actually sounds pretty dope. But I'm also a little like fucking. We've drank half that Deep Eddy vodka, so. Burp.
Excuse me.
Burp, Betty burp. Okay.
And we filled it up some more.
Yeah, we did. Hashtag whoopsies.
I just splashed mine this time.
Yeah.
I did a splash zone.
I can't blame you for the drunkenness that is happening. Okay.
No, this is all on you, Shay. It's all on you this time.
Are you ready for murder?
I'm ready.
This is the story of Elyse Pahler. You know it, don't you?
I don't know the name.
Oh, you don't know her name? Okay. Well,
wait.
I bet you. Elyse Pahler.
Pahler,
yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. You know it though.
I do know it now.
Yeah. So
it's from my hometown.
And where are you from?
I'm from the Central Coast.
No, but what's the town? You
Rio Grande, California. Pismo Beach.
Yep, that's it.
Pismo Beach.
I actually looked up the Spanish name for it.
The Big Ditch? Or Pismo Beach?
No, it's... Okay, that's what I thought it was. I thought it was a big ditch, but in the Googles, it classifies it as the big stream.
Oh.
But to me, I always like interpreted it as the big ditch for whatever reason.
I mean, that's what I grew up knowing. The name of my town I grew up in was the Big Ditch.
We're gonna go with the native platform.
Yeah, I'm a native Arroyo Grande. Actually, I was born in Long Beach.
Oops. God, my hips don't lie.
No, they don't. They almost just knocked Rocco right off his modern life.
Shit.
And if you're wondering what the fuck I'm talking about, Shay legit has Rocco Modern Life memorabilia figurines on her desk next to where she just booty bumped.
I did booty bump it, and they are my little spirit animals. Look at them.
Are. What's the... No, that's Doug.
Not... That's Doug.
What's the dog's name in Rocco?
Spunky.
Spunky.
And Heifer.
I always forget.
A very, like, out-of-the-box thinking for a cow. It's a cow.
Yeah, but a heifer's a girl cow.
Oh, true.
But he's a boy, and his name's Heifer.
Look at you.
So is he... Yeah, I know my fucking cow lingo, bitch.
Dude,
what you think this is?
You're better Texan than me.
I'm a Nebraskan.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not.
What?
My dad is.
You can't claim that you're a
My dad is a
Nebraskan.
Nebraskan. Okay. So my heart, half my heritage
is
the
from
German
Nebraska.
side is Nebraskan. So really, is it German?
What?
My German side of my family is from Nebraska. My Italian side of my family is from Rhode Island. Okay. So really, are they from Germany or Italy?
Who knows?
Who cares?
Heritage. Heritage, yes.
Okay,
so this happened in 1995. And this was in
That was a year before my little brother was born.
Oh, so what were you doing in 1995 in this hometown? What was
Around
it
my hometown, memories are fresh.
Okay.
That's an Adele song.
Oh, I like it.
The only one I can play on the piano.
Oh.
Anyways.
One more than me.
I was probably chipping my tooth on my wagon handle.
Perfect.
I was about 6 when that happened. I wasn't picking up Suzette or Jessie then because I was 6 years old.
You were just prepping for it.
But I did live on the mesa.
Okay.
Of Arroyo Grande. And I lived very close to where, I didn't live close to where this happened.
Not in
1995.
I will tell you here in a minute.
In about 1997, I moved close to where this incident happened.
Interesting. So in 1995, you were just pitter pattering on the
tin roof
of the tin roof
of my life
of your little.
All right, let's talk about this murder, shall we?
Here we go. So Elyse was a friendly 15-year-old girl, and she was just living in this modern world. So I'm drunk. Okay, so she was. So she was involved in the church choir. She was active in sports. I mean, she was just like that, that picturesque, whatever gal,
innocent girl.
Yeah. So
she's a lucky.
She's a star.
Not so lucky.
No, she wasn't so lucky, unfortunately. But like a lot of adolescents, they were trying to navigate who they were. I mean, fuck, I'm still trying to do that. So R.I.P. Elyse, real. Fucking hashtag goddamn 30ish, right? So anyway, so she was even though
she'd be 30ish.
She would what?
She'd be 30ish.
She would be 30ish, actually.
She'd be late 30s.
Mm-hmm. So even though she had all that picturesque shit, she also was sneaking out and partaking in the booze and the weeds. I mean, oof. I know, gasp in horror, right? So but nothing insanely sinister. But her classmates stated that she had tried drugs more than one time, and back in junior high, she was suspended for 5 days for underage drinking, and I guess that had landed her in a rehab facility. And there she meets Jacob. I believe his name was, again, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but his name was Jacob. That should be just the name for all of our shows. I'm so sorry, I'm not saying this correctly. Again. So sorry.
I'm not saying this right.
So sorry. So Jacob Delashmut at
Mariposa.
Thank you. Community Recovery Center.
Mariposa means butterfly in Spanish.
Oh, that's so fancy.
It also is a slang word for a gay man.
I guess that works both ways. Yeah, that works both ways.
Anyways,
so they met at that recovery center, and on July 22nd of 1995, I'm just jumping right into this essentially. She gets a call from a guy friend. My guess is Jacob. That tells her he's got some wicked fucking cool weed. And gives what I'm assuming, and I'm sorry, let me back up. He tells her that, and she gives her parents like, I'm so tired, I gotta go to bed. Like, so she gives them like a big fucking fake yawn. She tells them that she's going to bed, and she fucking like dips out her fucking window. And
a little sneaking out action.
100%. So she meets up with Jacob, Royce Casey, which is like two first name, which kind of is weird.
You know that's bad news.
It is always bad news. And Joseph Fiorelli, I believe. So all three boys are between the ages of 14 and 16. She meets them at a eucalyptus grove in Nipomo. Am I saying that right? Fucking nailed it.
I literally used to live by this eucalyptus grove that she was.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So
there's a lot of eucalyptus trees. Yes. No koalas, if you're wondering.
No koalas.
But
they essentially ambush her, this poor thing. So they ambush her, and
when she was like meeting up with them?
Yeah, so she's like, oh yeah, we're gonna fucking smoke some fucking dope at the fucking eucalyptus grove.
In Nipas.
In Neep, is that what they call it?
That's one of the names.
Okay. So I guess you guys hang out in bushes and smoke weed, so whatever.
Yeah. What else are you going to do in Nipomo, California, except
I don't know. I've never been there.
You could smoke in a strawberry field.
I mean, strawberries for fields forever. So.
Forever.
So yeah, they ambush her, and so Jacob took off his belt he was wearing and quickly wrapped it around Elise's neck. Casey lunged at her, holding down her hands and arms. Joseph,
just what normal teenagers do with each other,
just hanging out, just kicking the shit and whatever. Joseph then pulled out a hunting knife and started stabbing her in the neck. And then Jacob and Royce also started stabbing her. And this poor thing just begged and cried for her mom, apparently, this is what Royce reported to the investigators when he eventually was talking to them. Yeah, and confessed. So he just said, like, it was awful. She just cried for her mom and just begged for her life, essentially. And then on top of stabbing her, like, these fucking assholes were stomping on her neck.
Oh my God.
Yeah, in total, they stabbed Elyse a total of 12 times, and all of them were fucking non-fatal wounds. So she just essentially just bled to death. So she didn't die instantaneously. She just, like, fucking laid on the goddamn ground of whatever and just bled to death because they just, like, and they just watched her die. So after, or like maybe before, I don't know, like there's not specifics on what, like, they know that she was raped after. They don't know if she was raped before she had passed away. So, and all three apparently partook in that. So anyway, so that's the murder itself.
Fucking
yeah. So what was, like, what was, like, which I didn't know this was gonna be your actual fucking hometown, but, like, literally, what was your hometown like in 95? Like, was it, like, this was pretty, I mean,
it's a small fucking town.
They say, like, it was pretty abnormal.
Like, it was very abnormal for something like that to happen. It was a very, like, cookie cutter, like, little, not cookie cutter, but just, like, nothing fucking happened. There was a gang in Nipomo called the Nipas 13 or something.
That's not funny.
Not a joke. But, like,
there was a gang.
There wasn't a lot of like, not that you really heard. I mean, I was also, at this time, I was 7, but, like, I don't.
You don't remember, like, it being like, okay, I can go out and play, and your parents didn't give a fuck. Like,
no, like, we would ride our bikes to our friend's house. We would, like, do whatever we needed to as little kids. Like, we weren't, like,
nothing sinister,
completely sheltered. Yeah, like, we played in our front yards.
Hung out.
We hung out.
Okay, I was just curious. Okay, so let's back up a little bit. So Jacob, Royce, and Joseph were your typical complicated teens, like myself, just like, you know what? I'm going to get these Doc Martens, but I'm going to get these different colored shoe ties. Like, it's going to be fucking, it's going to be so lit. They're going to know.
It's going to be the representation of my soul.
100%. And what do some complicated teens do when they just want to express their feelings and they're misunderstood?
They listen to Good Charlotte?
No, they start a band. Because they want to be just like Good Charlotte, but better than Good Charlotte.
And more evil.
So they start a band, and do you want to give any guesses? Do you remember what the band was called?
I don't at all. I didn't even know they had their own band. I thought they were influenced by a band to do this.
It was influenced, but...
Supposedly.
But their band was called...
Fucking Death Raven?
Yeah, give me something like something... Oh, Death Raven's good. That was better what their title was called. Any more guesses?
Fucking
Don't think so much outside the box. Very small, very minuscule, very dumb.
Dead Mouse.
Oh. Jesus. Okay. Wow. No.
Dead Mouse 5? What is Dead Mouse?
It's Dead Mouse, but like no. Not the popular techno band. But they call themselves Hatred.
Wow.
Very original. Very original. I know, very original.
Fucking...
You guys are all probably super jealous. You couldn't have thought about it.
We're starting a band. It's called Hatred.
What do you think it's about?
Wow, I'm so happy for you.
Can I make you guys cookies for your band, whatever? No. So, super original. Any guesses on the genre?
Metal.
Ooh, good
heavy,
call. Yes, death metal. Death metal.
Death metal.
They were basing their band from the band Slayer. That's the one. If you couldn't have already guessed. And I actually never listened to them, so.
What?
Whatever.
I listen to Slayer every day with Michael Jackson and Drake.
It was a very weird mix-up. Mix CD, number 5. Slayer was after Lollipop on that mix CD, and after I Just Can't Wait to Be King by Simba from Lion King. Jonathan Taylor, JTT. I was only complicated light, you know? So
yeah,
I was
like emo.
Yeah, so I only listened to Whiny Boys and instead of screaming ones, and I just didn't.
The Whiny Boys.
I only listened to Whiny Boys, not screaming ones. I didn't wear heavy eyeliner, so I was only complicated, very, very light.
But you had sweeping bangs.
I didn't even have those.
Oh, what?
I just had the
Did you dye your hair black?
No, I just wore like super dark jeans. I never wore the chokers either. I didn't like the BJs, but
what? Was that a sign if you wore a choker?
Yes, you were kind of a sluts are us, yo. That's what I always.
I was a fake slut.
Oh, did you just wear?
I love chokers.
No, the ones that were the tattoo ones, like the little wire ones.
Even those?
No, those were just the only ones that kind of signified that. Not all chokers. No,
I didn't know that.
You didn't know there was a degree of choker. It's like a karate belt.
I went to fucking St. Patrick's Elementary School. I was like,
it's like a karate belt of chokers, but for dick.
Got it.
Yeah, got it. Okay,
got it.
Perfect.
Oh my god. Wonder what that equivalent is nowadays. It's like
pause. I think that might be
your TikTok.
What?
It's on your TikTok. I don't know. You just post a certain video on your TikTok. That's true. That means you give blowjobs or something.
That's true. So anyway, the three boys put their heads together and they were like, how do we get really good really fast? Do we practice a lot?
No.
What do? We fucking worship Satan. Duh. Yeah, 100%.
Do you remember the SNL skit with Will Ferrell and Garth Brooks is trying to write a song and he can't write a song and the devil appears and Will Ferrell's the devil and he's like, listen to this tasty lick I got for you.
Yes, I do.
And he's like, Fred's got slacks on the boulevard. And it's just horrible songs. And he's like, I just sold my fucking soul to the devil and this is what you come up with?
Yes.
Sweet.
This is pretty much what it is.
Except way not funny at all and not the same.
But essentially kind of
makes you think of something good before we tell you what fucking happens.
Yes.
So here we go.
So they all started worshiping Satan. All three of them started worshiping Satan, apparently. So even deeming themselves of Satan.
Does Slayer worship Satan?
No, they claim they do not. It's just songs.
They just have
Yeah, which I'll get to that in a little bit.
Darker, it's fine.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a little bit.
It's an expression. They're not fucking sacrificing little girls.
Right, so I'll get to that here in a little bit. So they all worship Satan. They even deem themselves as Satan's children.
Yep, you definitely are.
Yep. So after doing that for like a hot minute, they decide that maybe Satan would give them like sick guitar skills and give them instant stardom for their band. If they decided to like that. Wait, I'm sorry. If they gave him a sacrifice. So they finally landed on,
because that is like the golden rule.
100%. They're just like, we have to do that. That's what he wants. So.
Oh,
So they landed on poor Elyse because Royce said, quote, she had blonde hair and blue eyes, and because she was a virgin, she would be a perfect sacrifice for the devil. That was his quote to the investigator when he eventually confesses.
She was the right fit.
Right. They claimed that he was his type, which I'm like, so did you guys go down to the fucking
bowels
to the fucking
hell
to the mulligans and be like shooting fucking pool over a pint, being like, what are you looking for in a girl, bro? Like, he's like, I want like a wholesome babe, yo, that's like gonna make me breakfast naked in the morning. And they're like, you know what, we got the girl for you. So yeah, so apparently the devil told him
went down
his
to
fucking
Georgia.
type. He did. He went to fucking Napomo fucking
today,
California, and he told him like, this is what I need. He's getting desperate. He's like, I'm not getting any younger. I need the sacrifice, baboose.
I need some more energy.
And you will get the fucking guitar skills that you are seeking. So
they thought.
Right. So awesome.
Playing guitar in jail.
Yes. So Casey was also quoted as saying to the investigators after he walked in to confess, it was to receive power from the devil to help with to play guitar better. This is a quote from him. By making this perfect...
I literally didn't know any of this.
You didn't know... Yeah.
I didn't know this, like, extreme... It was, like, to get better guitar skills.
No, this is a legit quote from... It was...
It's like a fucked up version of Napoleon Dynamite. Oh, my
quote,
God.
It was to receive power from the devil to help them play guitar better. By making the perfect sacrifice to the devil, we would gain more craziness or nuts. Whatever that means. Still with a quote, that would make us better. That would make us play harder, play faster. And by making this perfect sacrifice to the devil, it might help us go professional.
That they deemed perfect themselves.
Yes.
And also, fuck.
Right. So out of the mouths
Where
of lunatics.
are your goddamn parents?
Right. Well, I'll tell you that for one of them at least a little bit later. But anyway, so Elyse was missing for 8 months before Royce led to authorities to her body. She was thought of a runaway because she left the house voluntarily, apparently. But honestly, how did police know that? Like, I didn't really understand when I was doing...
They didn't have internet. They didn't have fucking...
So I didn't really understand how the police came to that conclusion. Like, oh, well, she left the fucking residence voluntarily. Where her parents were fucking broken up about it. They were just like, what the fuck? Like, she was into this, and this. But again, like, I know every parent doesn't quite know their child, especially at 15 or 16. They're just trying to fucking figure out who they are. But I feel like they were claiming, like, she's not a fucking runaway, though. Like, she wouldn't just run away, but police were categorizing her as that, even though it's just like, but...
This is weird.
Maybe...
Out of her character that she would
But
run
I'm
away.
wondering if... Because I couldn't find any, like, police report on that. Like, you know, did it look like there was a break-in? Did it look like, you know... I don't know, somebody broke her window or anything else, or did it just look like she just lifted up her window and, like, vanished? And that's, I think, what they were saying is, like, there was no evidence that there was a break-in, that she was
willingly left.
Right. So they were just like, oh, she's a fucking runaway. She's being a fucking asshole. So, anyway, so Royce, Royce claims he converted to Christianity. So he felt obligated to confess. So he converted to Christianity over the past, like, 8 months that she was missing. So he felt obligated to confess and show them where she was located. He further tells authorities that the three of them would often go back and continue to have sex with her corpse for 8 months. For 8 months. Wow. Which I just don't mean to be gross, but I mean, no grosser than that. But, like, how hot does it get in that area?
That's fucking sick.
Okay, that's all I had to hear. Okay.
That is really sad.
Yeah. So this poor thing was in this eucalyptus grove, and she was being raped after her death.
And there were a lot of fucking, like, it was all eucalyptus.
Yeah.
Over in that area.
Like, can you not see? You can't see.
Oh. It's
I don't
literally
know.
a eucalyptus. It used to be, it's all houses now.
Okay.
But, like, it used to be a fucking deep eucalyptus forest. And even, like, where I lived, like, around our properties, because it was, like, very underdeveloped where we lived, like, in terms of, like, there weren't a bunch of neighborhoods. Like, we kind of lived in the middle of, like,
nowhere.
Not the middle of nowhere. But like,
for you.
Yeah. And for, like, anyways. Yeah. Deep eucalyptus forest that you could walk through for a while and not have anything going on, or it just ran to people's properties or whatever it was. And then over there too was just like either that or like a field of some sort, like a farm.
Right. Okay. So they could get away with that shit.
Yeah.
Easy. Yeah. So they bragged about this to their friends. And not only that they killed her, but they were like how they continued to go back and like have sex with her. So they were just like, whatever. And none of his friends took him seriously. So they never reported it to the cops because they were just like, no, you don't. You're fucking losers. Like, you have like, I've seen your dicks in the fucking locker showers, assholes. Like, you're a fucking asshole. Like, no, you're just making it up. So anyway, so
tell people when people tell you weird things because it could be true.
Which is true. And this again, like,
tell your children, teach your children well.
Yeah. And this is also like, as we go down, that will be another point to that too, because it's just like, when it's weird, just fucking report it. And you'll hear why in a minute. So, okay. So one of the other factors, Royce also was like, had contacted detectives, not because he just conformed to Christianity, but also because he started to fear his own life. So Jacob and Josh had stated to him, she wouldn't be the only one. There will be others. And he felt, though, they were speaking about him. So for purely selfish reasons is the reason why he also came forward. It wasn't just because he's like, I found Jesus. It was also because, like,
he thought he was next.
So let's just be real on that. I'm glad
he thought he was next.
He wasn't, like, being a good person, being a fucking good Christian. He was, like, being like, I don't want to die. Like, really, like that fucking poor girl that was, like, screaming for her mom that you raped. Yeah, that you were stabbing her and she cried for. So
at least something got his fucking conscience.
Right. Which, unfortunately, I really like, and they have the sources that I've seen, they said like they probably might not have found her. Maybe when they built houses over her, I don't know. But like up until that point, they might not have found her until that, because they had no idea where the fuck she was. So, it was because of Royce is the reason why they found her. So, So anyway, thank God he's a fucking vagina. Anyway, so
which, speaking side note of that quote, why he's such a vagina. Vaginas are very powerful and strong. So really,
they are.
We should just call things a bunch of fucking ball sacks. I don't know.
I like that.
Not ball sacks.
Being a fucking ball sack. Like, I like that, because ball sacks are
literally give birth to human babies.
And they can stretch and then go back. Maybe not to what they were.
I mean, I know that our society has made us, be like, you're such a pussy. But it's like, thank you.
You're such a ball sack.
Thank you. I am a pussy.
But in the 90s,
I'm a strong-ass motherfucking muscle that can do a bunch of crazy shit.
It can contract.
And expand.
Put your head in it. Oh, no.
You can just...
That's weird.
Suck it in. Buzz it off.
Buzz it off. I like it. Okay, so...
sorry, a little comic relief. Here we go. Back to the show.
We need a little palate cleanser. Okay, so, again, this is horrifying. But, so he further explains to the investigator, when he was talking to him, that They had been plotting to murder her for over a month. So just to be clear, this was very premeditated. So just remember that. This was very...
We're going to tell her we got some dank weed.
Right. But they had been plotting to murder her for over a month. So very, 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 very premeditated. Royce told investigators that they also tried to kill her once before. Did you know that? No. So Royce...
And she went...
Yeah, this is why it's just like, always say when something feels fucking weird, call the police. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're wrong. Who fucking cares? Call them. So,
but we're made to think that male attention, any kind, is fine.
Just like, they're just joking. So, Royce told investigators that Jacob Joss, along with a fourth teenager that is unnamed, had plotted and attempted to kill Elyse one other time. The boys had asked Elyse to go for a walk with them. They led her to a steep ravine on the Mesa.
The Mesa. That's literally where I fucking lived.
Okay, so like...
The goddamn Mesa.
So what is the Mesa?
The Mesa is literally, if you Google what a Mesa is, which is like a plateau above like... It's like a giant plateau.
Right.
So the Mesa was like this plateau thing that... I mean, it's huge.
Right.
But like
a little canyon?
But then you go down this huge hill and then you get to like almost to the ocean.
Okay. So it's steep as fuck.
I mean, it's, yeah. And the overlook of the Mesa is like a vast, like couple miles, gotta be. And like, you know, there's like, and any way to get up to the Mesa is like, you have to go up a big steep hill road.
Right.
I mean, it's hard to explain if you don't know.
I feel like I can see it in
it's
my
not
mind's
like
eye.
It's not like, you know, Pikes Peak,
right?
You know,
but
and
I
Mesa,
feel like it's...
you know, it's like you like there. So where the ocean is,
right,
in like, you know, all the beaches, and then you like come out into the inland a little bit, and then it like literally go up this huge hill, which is a mesa, this huge mountain thing, and then it's just flat.
Right.
And it's like a connection of, it's like the new part of the fucking
right
land. It doesn't go back down. It just like
it's
plateaus
there,
out.
I guess. And it's what it is.
I think those are the words I need to use.
Yeah, I like it.
Hashtag geography and
woo.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Mesa. So,
there are lots of steep ravines that they could have been around.
So they led her to a steep ravine on the Mesa. So one of the boys had he pretended to slip down the ravine and tried to get Elyse to come down to him. And Joseph had pulled out a knife, throwing it to the other boy, while he and Jacob kept saying to the boy that was supposed to the fourth teenager that is unnamed, and they were like, "Do it, fucking do it." They're probably calling him pussy and all that kind of shit. But the other boy holding the knife fucking froze like deer in the headlights. Thank God, and he didn't do it. He just fucking ran away into the darkness. So Elyse must have just thought the boys were joking around or whatever, because she never fucking reported the incident to police. So
and obviously wanted to hang out with them still.
100%. And she just trusted them enough that the two, she went back out with the two of them the night that she died. So she never reported it. She's like, oh, they're just joking.
They like me, so it's fine. I just
male
attention.
Myself. Male attention. Maybe
yeah,
we'll rub my wiener on my thigh. It'll be great.
Great,
so,
I can't wait.
I cannot wait. It'll be the most anticlimactic bullshit ever. So, anyway,
it just makes me sad because
it is. It's
I
horrifying.
I would have probably thought like that.
Yeah, no.
I would have definitely been
I would have been the same way.
You guys are just trying to hang out with me.
They're just joking.
Funny. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe not to the extent where I saw a knife being thrown around or something.
Right. I would have been, if I saw a weapon being thrown around, I'd be like,
scary.
I gotta go. So.
I don't think this is a right time to be here.
Yeah, I don't like boys anymore. That's what I would say. I'm good. So later on, the police discovered journals Royce had kept, which were themed about how he was fighting on the other side. Whatever that kind of means. I think they were kind of implying this is before he converted to Christianity, but he was kind of had conflicting thoughts, I don't know, with a conscience or something like that, something crazy. So Royce's journal consisted consisted of writings regarding the rising of Satan. There was also additional logs in the journal stating that his belief that serial murderers would make Satan content, and they could satisfy him with sacrificing what he deemed as virgin meat. So, yeah. So, Jacob and Joseph were arrested following Royce's interrogation, and they also confessed to the murder of Elyse. So they were not, like, they're just like, okay, yeah, we fucking did it, like, whatever. Joseph confessed that he was the one that first suggested the kind of just the Satanism with his friends to see if it sparked an interest. So he was just like,
you guys want to hear about something cool?
Like, hey, blue is blue and Satan is Satan. Like, you can't do that. What?
Yeah, let me tell you about him. Let me tell you some things.
Right. So once his friends didn't tell him to fuck right off, he was like, okay, I'm going to be fucking open about it. That's cool. So despite being the youngest, he had like a shit ton of knowledge on the subject. So he was like around 14 or 15. And he was
Where were
like,
his parents?
Right. Like, they don't talk about that at all. So Jacob stated that it was harmless at first. We just smoke weed and play guitar and like fucking kick it. This is a quote, by the way. I was just into heavy metal music. Joseph then asked Jacob if he would, quote, be down for sacrificing whatever, like a virgin.
Right.
I didn't take it seriously, like, whatever. That's his quote. So, take that at what
1995
it is.
in
100%.
Central Coast of California. Dumbass little fucking...
Little boys.
Boys.
Right, so Joseph, Jacob, and Royce all pleaded no contest to the murder of Elyse Pahler. They were sentenced to serve 25 years to life in prison and were transferred to like 3 different jails. In the aftermath of all this, Elyse's parents, David and I think her name is Lisanne, filed a lawsuit against Slayer, which is what you heard of, in 1996, but it was delayed until 2000 when like the killer's trial was all concluded and shit. So it claimed
Did they get the lawsuit?
I'll tell you here.
Oh, you're literally telling me
it claimed that several of the Slayer songs, including Postmortem and Dead Skin Mask, handed the boys instructions on how to stalk, rape, torture, murder, and commit acts of necrophilia. In 2001... Is that
what that song's about? Should I do a poem about it?
That's what it says it's about. But in 2001, Judge E. Jeffrey Burke noted the band's lyrics and recordings and dismissed the claim, stating that it infringed on the band's right to freedom of speech. He said Slayer's lyrics are repulsive and profane. Just to put that in quotes. But
no one denies that. But
right? No one denies that. But they do not direct or instruct listeners to commit acts that resulted in the like various torture and murder of Elyse Pahler. So that he was like, yeah, they're garbage people. However, they don't are telling people to go fucking murder people. So go fuck yourselves. Mm-hmm. So, I get where the parents...
They were trying to grasp onto anything that they could.
I get where Elyse's parents were coming from, but the judge was like,
we can't...
Sorry, we can't really...
sue a band for their freedom of speech.
It's not their fault that these guys were being fucking pieces of shit. So,
and can decipher...
Right.
Between...
Right. So Joseph stated after he'd been in a couple of years of being incarcerated, he had stated, it gets in your head, he's talking about the music. He told a counselor a year after Palmer's murder, it's almost embarrassing that I was so influenced by the music. The music started to influence the way I looked at things. And it was almost I guess an afterthought in the interview. He added, but of course, I fucking feel bad that she's dead. I feel bad. So, whatever.
Wow, good job, sir.
Right.
You're a human.
Right. So, a few years after being in prison, Jacob himself stated in a Washington Post interview, the music is destructive, but that's not why Elyse had died. No. She was murdered because Joseph was obsessed with her and obsessed with killing her. So, there's that. In 2016, so essentially he's just yeah, we were fucking complicated, and yeah, we were whatever, but like,
it's just like you try to
wanted to kill her because he wanted to kill her.
Yeah.
Period.
You try to blame, like, it was because I listened to this music.
Right.
No,
like,
I'm a fucking freak.
100%. Like, oh, I'm gonna blame the fucking...
I'm fucked in the brain.
That's like, even the devil was like, I don't even take
control of this.
I don't even want it. So, yeah.
I don't put my name on this, okay?
So in 2016, Casey was denied parole at his first ever hearing and will be eligible again in 2021. Actually, Casey, there wasn't a whole lot of information about it, but like apparently he's a part of a a rehabilitation program where he like does like art and shit. He's like, yeah, I understand like how like I kind of was like conflicting, like, you know, not conflicting, but like how I'm just a different guy now. Like, if I was the same guy, like, as I was, like, going from that parole board, I'd be here forever. But, like, because I'm painting these paintings, like, I'm a changed man. But the parole board was like, yeah, you can go fuck yourself. Go take your macaroni art and go shut up your asshole. So
take your goddamn finger paints.
Right. So,
well, at least they're keeping him in.
Right.
Wait, 2021, though.
2021. But Joseph is up for parole in June 2020. So
the fucking freak show of the whole operation.
Right. So and like,
why is he earlier?
Right. So I couldn't find, which again, that's why I told you to keep in mind that this was very premeditated, and they were already up for parole, like only 20 years after the murder happened. Right. So
and they were minors when they got convicted.
So
that's probably why.
So Joseph, I couldn't find any information on him, and I think it's because of COVID. So I don't know if he's been released or not. In all honesty, he probably has gotten released because of this whole jail system bullshit with COVID. Remember how they were just like releasing people back out into the wild because like they just didn't have the resources? So he's probably one of them, unfortunately. So he's probably out there. So ladies, be careful. Just telling you. So anyway. And like apparently information regarding Jacob is completely unavailable. So, and also, her story was basis of what movie? Do you know what movie her role was based off? Or her murder was based off of?
I did know in the beginning of this, but I don't.
2009, Jennifer's Body.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I never watched that fucking movie. Speaking of Megan Fox, did you know that Machine Gun Kelly and her are madly in love?
I did not know that.
Not that anyone cares about any of those people at all, but...
I love it.
I only know about Machine Gun Kelly because apparently he's from Ohio and he's a white boy rapper that is a
I didn't know that.
Ridiculous human being.
I had no idea about that.
And he's in the movie with Pete Davidson that came out on Hulu a couple months ago, and it's actually pretty funny. And he's actually a pretty funny role. But
well, there you be.
Anyways, back to the fucking facts.
Okay, so So, murder apparently runs in Joseph's family because in 1998, his older brother Anthony shot Grant Hunter with a shotgun outside of Boston Market, in Grover Beach. Oh my God, what is happening?
I am being astral transported to Boston Market in Grover Beach right now because I know exactly. I literally, when you said Boston Market, that was like the fucking picture in my head was that fucking...
You're like, it's Grover Beach, isn't it? It's Grover Beach.
Anyways, I just know where that is.
Do you know where it is?
I know exactly
where. How far is Grover Beach from...
Like 10 minutes. Okay. From the Mesa.
From the Mesa? So yeah,
it's also where Garland's was... Grover Beach.
I don't know where
Garland's was a hamburger spot that Paul fucking Flores worked at, who killed Kristen B. Smart, or didn't. I'm sorry. He didn't kill her. He's
innocent. He's totally innocent.
Paul Flores.
You're like Grover the Bermuda Triangle of bullshit, like down in California.
And it was like, that's probably secretly why my parents moved out.
They're probably like we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Weird ass murders. And we live literally next door to the place that this one girl got sacrificed.
We gotta go. So
we gotta go to somewhere we've never been. Fort Collins, Colorado.
Perfect. Where it's always on fire. Okay, so and he was convicted of first-degree murder And it was like a dispute of apparently like a half ounce of weed. Like that was it. Like apparently like these guys were like, they told Anthony like, okay, yeah, we're gonna pay you this fucking money, and like give us like this like fucking half ounce of fucking dank weed. It probably was like nasty.
The dank.
I'm ignorant when it comes to weed terms, so I'm so sorry.
Dank's good.
Dank is good.
The dank.
The dankness. So anyway, so they pretty much, I guess, didn't pay him or something like that. So homeboy Anthony got really pissed off, and he was like, I'm gonna go. So he took his fucking shotgun, and apparently his mom was like, he's really stressed out. And this is what she told the cops. Like,
the mom?
Yeah, the mom was like, he's really stressed out. Like, he's had to like supplement his like bills with weed, and his brother just got convicted of like murdering this poor girl, and like he just snapped.
So he thought he could just do it.
Right. So apparently these guys like dipped on him, and then he took a shotgun and like went to Boston Market, and like they were out like smoking cigarettes like on their fucking break, and he shot Anthony in the chest. And
I feel like I legit maybe remember this.
Right. Well, I'm sure you did. And so
it was the Boston Market, and that's probably why my parents never took me there to get the mashed potatoes and mac and cheese.
I was like gonna say, did you get the mac and cheese there?
No, we never went there, and that was the only one in Grover Beach.
So yeah, so
now I know why.
Because they died.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Kid, like I guess the guy died outside in his brother's arms, and he was like, I don't want to die,
the fucking
man.
Boston Market, people just are trying to get fucking shit to take home to their house to eat.
Right.
That's already hot.
100%. So he died. The poor boy. He died, and then Anthony like took off to Mexico, and he's like, bye. So he like shot him, and then just like he went off to Mexico, and then I guess the police like ransacked his trailer, and they're like, oh, we found like a bunch of grocery bags of like fucking weed and bullshit, and like I think like meth pipes or something like that. They tracked him down, they brought him back, and he was convicted. Like, oh wait,
you killed this guy at a Boston Market.
Right. So he was convicted of murder, and a judge later sentenced him to 50 years to life in prison. So he got a higher sentence than his fucking brother, who was had premeditated a girl's death, where he was just like snapped and shot this guy.
How are these people just not in jail forever?
I don't understand it.
Or like,
that's what I don't understand. And I wonder, which I'm sure you'll tell me a little story here in a minute with your dad, but I digress. Anyway, so the poor mom, I say the poor mom, but I'm like, but like maybe it's the mom's fault. I'm not quite sure. So, anyway, I just felt bad for her mom for their mom for a second, but I'm like, but maybe it might have been her fault. Anyway,
she probably helped.
So, and in 2014,
her angel boys that she had, her little angel sons.
So, and in 2014, Elise's father took a plea deal in a road rage incident, citing his daughter's murder had and a bad experience with a priest, quote unquote, when he was 5. Said he had PTSD, which he admits causes him to have anger issues. So he bashed this guy's car with like a bat or something, or his hand or something like that, like, and caused damage. Her dad, Elise's dad, because he said he claimed that he's like, he doesn't feel like he had to repair his car, but he says like, oh, it's because like my daughter died, and I just had a hard time dealing with that shit and everything else. So it wasn't technically my fault, and I had a bad experience with the priest, so I had these bad outbursts. So, anyway, so he had a bad experience with that. So, anyway,
randoms.
Yeah, yes. That's just a random tidbit. So the end. That's it.
Well, a funny story about that entire incident.
Yes.
Sure, my father doesn't listen to this, so I think it'll be okay. But
perfect.
Apparently, my dad.
Yes.
Either Dateline or like 2020 or some fucking show like that was like a national news show that wasn't just like local news. It was like national shit. Was like at one of the grocery stores in Arroyo Grande or something during this time when they like found out who actually killed Rachel.
Right.
And my dad was going to the grocery store that day, and they decided to talk to my dad. Or what's her name?
It was Elyse. I was like, my sister?
Rachel. Oh my
that
God.
Was weird.
Sorry.
I was like, wait a minute. That's all right.
Elyse. Why did I think her name was Rachel? That's weird. Elyse. And I only found this out literally this year when I did the Kristen D. Smart episode that I talked to my dad about this, and my dad was like telling me about this girl. Elyse.
Yeah.
Her murder. And he's like, do you remember this? Yeah. Anyways, apparently my dad was pulled aside from the news crew and was asked questions randomly.
I love it.
Asked questions about, again, this sounds completely made up, and I'm sorry, but it's not. Ask Dan. So yeah, he was pulled aside by the news crew and was asked, like, what? They were asking random ass people, like, what do you think should be done with these boys that were found that committed this fucking heinous crime? And apparently my dad answered something along the lines of they should get the death penalty.
Perfect.
On national television about 15-year-old boys, which I'm sure everyone feels the same way-ish, but that was a little controversial. And I literally found this out about my dad literally this year, that he said that on national television, and me and my friend Robbie tried to look it up. I didn't. He tried to look it up. He couldn't find it, but I need to find the clip.
You do need to find
of my father in the goddamn 1995. I can't even like imagine his mustache and his hair at this point. His short shorts probably. But anyways, yep. My daddy was on TV talking about how these little boys should be literally
lit up,
given the death penalty, because that is some evil ass shit.
I mean, yeah, I
but
get it.
Also
but
very
like,
controversial for people to say that.
Yeah, it is.
But
for little boys, yeah.
If that's some fucked up shit. Mm-hmm. But also, I don't know if you should put that on national
TV. Yeah, I get that.
International news. Anyway,
okay.
I'm glad that I didn't know all the details of that story, though, so I'm glad I do know now.
Yeah. It's good. There you go.
Fuck.
You're welcome.
Welp. Should we roll?
You gonna give your little shout out?
Oh, yeah. I literally forget every time. Hi, guys. Welcome to the podcast 30-ish. Thank you for listening to us today.
Gracias.
Thank you for joining us each week. Again, if you are wondering, if you are listening to this for the first time, or you're like, wait, I forgot last week's episode, all our episodes will be up soon. And maybe they are already up.
I doubt it.
By now. But we're going to figure it out. Anyways, thank you for listening. Thank you for sending us your DMs. Thank you for sending us your like memes that you think are funny that remind us of you. We love that. Mm-hmm. We love when you guys tag us and shit that makes you feel 30-ish. That's also the best. Also, shout out to a couple people that gave us some awesome reviews on Apple iTunes.
Yes.
Erica and Jessica.
Thank you. You're the best.
Those are great reviews. We have more reviews than just the traffic violation that most likely Brianna committed.
What? Yes.
But yeah, thank you for those.
It could have been it could have been me.
It could have been. And also, your guys' reviews really captured what we're going for. So thank you so much. We love you and we thank you.
Do.
Follow us on 30ish if you don't. THURDYISH. And
that's all, folks.
Thanks. Thank you, love you. And let's fucking roll the dice.
Let me pull this up because every time I'm like, bah.
We know number 5 now, which is 5 science.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, it is.
All right, so number 5 don't forget, is a wild card.
Did you also know that?
What was that noise?
I don't know. It could have been my It doesn't matter. Okay, I will say it later. Okay.
She's drunk, guys.
I'm not. But it's Labor Day.
You sounded like Buddha trying to meow, but you said, I'm not.
I'm not.
When Buddha meows, it's literally like the most, like she's trying so hard and she's also so big, so it's like you're expecting it to be like the biggest like meow ever, and she's just like,
yeah, she's like, you're supposed to be like a meow, and you're like, Yeah.
It's literally. Yeah. It was more like Shay's than my meow.
Here we go. You ready?
Meow, 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 meow.
No, wait, it fell.
She dropped it. Fuck. You got a 5. No, you got a 1. Ow. She also just banged her head on the desk.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I got this like little helmet. Okay, here we go.
You do. It's called our headphones as our helmet.
It is.
Hashtag
6.
Paranormal. Sparrow-normal. Are you going to talk about sparrows?
I'm all about that. Just sparrows. Just sparrows.
Sparrow-normal? Okay, shake
here we go.
Shake it.
Shake.
Shake. 5.
You get 5. Boom. Random.
Maybe I'll do my actual science that I was going to do today that I didn't get to. And now it's halfway done.
You can do whatever you want to do. Are you ready?
I'm ready to do whatever I want to do.
Boom.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to podcasts.
To podcasts everywhere. Thank you.
Be sure to tag us. Be sure to link us. Be sure to swipe up. Be sure to share your stories.
Right.
All right, guys. We got to go. Happy fucking Labor Day. We did it up today.
We did. And hopefully we will be here tomorrow if it doesn't burn us down. Our London bridges.
My London bridges.
Are you...
I'm done.